knew I was going to knock the first one. I got too many eyes on me.
Good times.
Well,
Now I don't feel bad when I F up.
Yeah, don't. This is not going to be spot on for anybody. But I'm feeling good.
You know.
Stop!
Alright.
Okay.
Everyone be
5,
cool
4,
just for 5
3,
seconds, would you?
2, 1. Hello, this is D-Rex from Pyromaniac.com, and we've got the Fantasy Football Fire here, weekly podcast, sitting here with Dawgmaticå, Staves, Just Got Molly'd, and like I said, I'm D-Rex. We're really excited to have the season back. NFL is back in gear, which means fantasy football is back in gear, which is really exciting. If you're listening to this, it means you're a fantasy football nerd, so you're excited too. I mean, now that the season's back in order and we thought there was going to be a lockout and we might not have played.
You know, actually, hold on a second. Let me break in there for a second. Speaking of fantasy nerds, all right, I would like to...
Introduce Molly?
No. I would like to throw out a well wishes to Peyton Manning. I hope he gets back soon. He's one of the best players in the league.
Nerd.
Big nerd.
I'm a nerd. Such a
Peyton
kiss-ass
Manning
nerd
is the biggest
right now.
football nerd there is. But I love my
True.
Peyton Manning. It's going to be tough watching this season without him. The guy's one of the most exciting players to watch. Just want to throw that out there, guys. So.
Amen. Well, you know what? I've never been the biggest fan. We've always gone back and forth on Manning, and I mean, I love the guy. He's a great player, but I've just never had a man crush on him. I fell into the Brady camp, but I really feel bad for the guy after being such a a work iron horse and being the changing around a franchise and winning championships. It's just too bad that he's probably going to miss the season. But let's get back to non-Manning things and let's talk about this lockout and what we thought might not have been a season is now in full gear and kind of had some shortened training camps. They had some shortened, minusculely shortened preseason games. That Bear game got canceled, and it just seemed like it kind of all came together real quickly. And what do you guys think? I mean, were you ever worried, Dog, about there not being an NFL season for 2011?
I got to be honest, yeah. I was pretty much crapping my pants on that one. It's obviously my the best time of the year, fantasy football. But as we can tell with the NBA, it is not easy to come to a middle ground when both sides have a legitimate gripe. I did not think that we were going to have a season this year, so I'm just happy to get it going, and it's looking pretty good so far.
Well, first of all, Albert craps his pants when he watches a chick flick, so that's not saying much. But I got to tell you, I was never worried.
No,
I was
no,
never
it's
worried.
true.
There's too much money at stake
Yeah.
for them to blow a whole year. It wasn't going to happen. I think they've learned their lessons from the past. Clearly, the NBA is a whole different beast animal, and I don't think they're going to learn that lesson.
They're screwed. They're done.
The NFL is too big.
Wait, why don't we
Too
move
big.
on since the season has started?
Yeah.
How about
Good
that?
point. Good point.
Thanks.
Good point. Way to
Bring it back.
cut that short. All right, our radio show here tonight is going to be 10 minutes shorter than we had expected. Thank you very much.
Give time for Albert to go wipe.
So you're right though. The season started. We've had all preseason to talk about. The could-haves and how great it is to have football back. So let's get in. Games have been played. Week 1 is under wraps. You played head-to-head. You know that you've either, in your mind, you've got the championship team or
your Molly.
Shit. Or your Good point. So, if you, Mom,
Yes.
if you could do it over in your draft right
Yes.
now, and this will go to everyone.
Oh,
we're not
sure,
just
sure.
we're not just
Yeah,
we're
right.
not picking on you right now.
As you should. Lowest
But
scoring
if
here.
you could do it again, are there picks? Is there an approach in your draft that you would change? I mean, is there a player that you wish you would have
Sure.
taken? And what do you
I would do
if
the
you go back
whole
in time,
thing
hindsight?
over again if I could.
It was a teardown.
No,
You bought it
it
for
wasn't
the
pretty.
property.
I have Calvin Johnson on my squad. I feel good about that. He was the number 1 pick. I had the 12th pick of a 12-man.
I like going wide
So
receiver.
you know
It's a
what?
spot. Getting the best guy
and
there. I
plus,
think it's great.
we had keepers in Aaron Rodgers and Chris Johnson. and there was a third keeper.
Those are your
Who are-
keepers?
No, I'm saying
Oh, okay.
they weren't
Guys with
available in the
pets.
first round.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Wow,
at
you got-
12, I got Calvin
Wow, I
Johnson.
think
I
that's
feel
how
good
that
about
worked.
that.
Yeah, that's
I
how
feel
it
good about that. On the flip side, when I ran around the horn, I picked up Rashard Mendenhall because I had 12 and 13.
Would you redo? Would you? Are you happy with that? Or right now, after a real
Well,
spunk job to the eye game on Sunday, are you wishing
You know what? I
would
think
have
he's
gone
going to
elsewhere?
rebound. I feel fine about that. Really, the only thing, I mean, my team's not very good. We can all recognize that. Rounds 5 and 6, because again, I had the tail coming back.
Yeah.
I was outside smoking a cigarette. It was going on online. I said to my friend Stouffer, he said, "Who are you going to pick next?" And I said, "Reggie Bush, if he's available." Rounds 5 and 6. Come back, he was available. I picked Owen Daniels and Mario Manningham. Now, did you see last night's game?
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But what? But why did you? Was it the cigarette? You got caught up in the moment. How did you? 'Cause I did that in the draft too.
Jeremy,
I
I'm
did that
prone
in
to
the draft.
shit my pants. I get nervous.
I did that.
And so I came back and I was like, oh, okay, Mario Manningham
it all under
5.
control.
And then I was like, T, everyone picked tight ends. I'm drafting Owen Daniels. And I'm like,
I did the same exact thing in my league where we have to play a rookie in my oldest league. You know, Dawgmaticå is in the league as well. It's a rookie must start league, and me and my partner in that league, we were talking on the side and like, hey, if in the second round Mark Ingram comes back, we're taking him. We're just taking him. We're
Right.
going to get our running back. We're going to get our rookie spot. We made a mistake doing that last year and took C.J. Spajunker. But we said that he actually was there for us. We totally didn't remember to take him. And we took Hakeem Nicks and we took Roddy White. In hindsight, I'm totally happy with that. I'm actually happier because we got Alex Henry in the 5th or in the 6th round with the 60th pick. But long story short, it's funny how you mental note it, and if you don't write it down, exactly what
Reggie
you wanted,
Bush, I would have been
you're
happy with.
pouncing, and it's there,
Yeah.
and you completely forget about it.
Guess
So
who the guy I was talking to drafted?
Reggie Bush.
You got it.
You got him. What about you, Stas? Is there any picks that if you go back and do it over again, what would you switch out?
Yeah, for sure. I think I went in a little early on my defense.
And your kicker, 3rd round.
And my kicker, but I'm okay with that. No, 3rd round, right? Not quite,
You
but
always draft kickers early.
no, not
Yeah,
true,
you
not
do.
true. Molly's record's 0-1. Staves is 1-0. So we'll just stick with the facts here.
Sure.
Team Gravity 1-0 in his league. Team Gravity, I think, has a nice solid club. Put up 128 points in a PPR league in week 1. Not a bad start. And that was with Mike Tolbert on the bench with 35 points.
Okay.
So not unhappy with that. The weak point is quarterback, where I have 3 quarterbacks, which I think might all come up in the discussion of bust later, in Sam Bradford, Kerry Collins, and
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning. A
Oof.
wonderful trio of
Oof.
garbage.
Oh.
So that was where I really
Bradford
failed. I had,
won't be terrible. Either will Eli.
yeah.
Quick suggestion: trade Tolbert now. Trade Tolbert now. He's not going to be getting you those sort of points the whole year.
Well,
Get
you
a
probably
QB
don't
out of
need
it.
him based on your other backs.
Throw out
That's
a
good
Bradford
call.
or even an Eli or something with a Tolbert. See what you get coming back at you.
Well, we'll see. I'm
Somebody's going to have.
He's a
Somebody
trade
has to
high
have.
guy.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Well,
Somebody's
'cause
got to have Stafford
Matthews
as
also
their
had a
back.
good game. I mean, he was
Yeah.
in there. I mean, he was healthy.
I don't know if you're seeing Matthews. Maybe it was just that preseason long 60-yard or whatever touchdown that he had. That guy looks fast, squat,
That's what I'm
quick.
saying.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
he just looks
Exactly.
good.
Well, his problem's always been injuries.
Yeah,
Right.
That's his only problem. That guy's got the talent. He just
He looks good.
can't stay on the field.
he can bust a long one. So if you're in a league that you
That's
reward,
what she said.
I've been hearing it my whole life. That's why I always say it. So yeah, I mean, Dog, some guys. You had a nice week. In our league, but what would you have done differently if given the chance? Today?
Well, first of all, quick. Speaking of crapping in the pants, a quick fail-safe for that, in case you needed to know. Short skirt, comes straight out. You're clean. You're clean. It's not a problem. All right,
This is really taking.
all right. So anyway,
Go on.
nice work, Roddy,
Way to bring it
White or whatever that guy's name is.
all right. So I'm in 3 leagues. I'm 3-0 actually. So I'm actually pretty happy with my teams. But I gotta tell you, no.
Dog.
I have a huge problem though. I went into every single draft saying to myself, all right, the QBs are deep this year. Don't draft a QB quick. wait off on the Qs, wait off on those Qs. Sure enough, first round, I don't know why, I was in the 7, 8, 9 hole in every single draft, I ended up drafting a damn Q. Now, of course, I have Vic in 2 of them and Rogers in the other, so I'm happy with that. But still, if I had something to do over, I would probably do that over. Looking at that first week, this first week was a record breaker. First of all, 14 different Qs threw for 300 plus yards.
Wow.
14.
And
Last
4
year,
over 400.
yeah, and 4 over 400. Of course, that one over
One
500.
over
1 over 5.
500.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just last year there was only 3. Going back to 2006, there were only 3. Back in 2000, there was only 2
Wow.
that went over 300. 14 in the first week over 300. So if I had to do it over, I would probably have waited off on the QB position and maybe stocked up somewhere else. But like I said, I'm 3-0, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I mean, the alternative is what I did, where I had planned on waiting for a Q with that same philosophy.
Yeah.
Had pegged Kevin Cobb or Matthew Stafford as good value picks, and I waited too long, and they were both gone. So I got stuck with Eli Manning, which, hurts. So I think